or excuse me, Nuts is actually going to die. He's one of the last heroes on the side of Faceless who actually has buyback. They're going to lose another effigy in the last of the remaining tier 4s, but Mag is dead with no buyout. Ice chasing no one who's pretty low on mana, but looks like he'll be able to TP back to base.
Okay, well, I'm back.
Yeah, that was actually...
That was insane. I would have...
It's pretty close.
Loved to watch it. But yeah, their base is getting pretty crippled.
I don't know if it's like Monkey...
That was just the entire fight. It wasn't
what?
even just Monkey King. It honestly felt exactly like Perfect World. It was just like getting one frame every 3 seconds. So, sorry, folks. I'm really tempted to reconnect, but maybe now's the time. What do you think, Draskel?
I mean, their throne's at half HP, but no one on VP are really even on the side of Faceless map. You're going to have to go pretty fast, though. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to be, I think.
All right. Oh, wait, no, they're going... All right, they're going for initiation here. They'll catch the Abaddon. He does have the ultimate, of course. And I think he's fine. Yeah, they're not going to pursue...
Yeah, he is. He's okay.
Dire's Ancient still taking a lot of damage as they're getting pushed in.
Yeah, the no tier 4s really hurts. That's the biggest portion of damage that VP were able to deal, is that when the tier 4s are up, you kind of have that little bit of a buffer to where you can take the fight, and you know you're not really going to take any like permanent damage. But once the tier 4s are down, then you no longer have the option of being able to freely fight outside of base unless like all 3 lanes are pushed out.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest thing. Like being Megid is one thing, but being Megid without any tier 4s or any other building in the base to absorb creep damage, that means that one hero pretty much has to be in the base forever. Like there has to be one hero who just sits there and kills creeps.
Yeah. Oh, you're completely right. It's almost to the point where VP can just take a fight as a distraction and let the creeps do the hard work for him.
Oh, smoke in!
There's no VP with the sick backdoor play to finish it off. The smoke right in. They pop the BKBs, and that's the end of the game. VP take game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. What a clutch ending.
Aren't you glad you didn't go reconnect?
Dude, I am so glad I did not reconnect.
You actually could have missed the end of the game if you left to reconnect there. That they realized that there was no glyph, and they just smoked in and just beat down the throne.
It was a smart play.
That was no, it was a very good play. It's just
I imagine we'll see Matuma playing a little safer after that. Cold snap, but mind control straight in on his face.
is maybe the one good thing that Thunderbirds did is they really delayed the fight. Maybe that's why Weehaw stuck around, tried to get them to chase him, so that they could prevent Roche from dying. But if he just ran away, they would have just taken it instantly.
And the big items coming out. Now complete on Miracle, Heart complete on Spectre, and an interesting one here from Kuroki this game. He's got the Diffusal Blade coming out for himself.
Yeah, interesting choice. We almost never see this on Monkey King, but more mana drain, and it also applies to your Wukong's commands, so those are also going to drain mana. Not to mention, just does a lot of damage.
Yeah. And as I said, he's level 23, but because he's a bit dumb, the in-game's not great. He's only got 800 mana to definitely been burnt out. There's the Horde. Misery being looked for first. The Chaotic Offering did come out and top, and in fact, Moon comes in with the two-man Thunderbirds trying to finish off Miracle. They'll have a roar to hold him. The damage from Rezo, the crits is not going to be quite enough. Resolution, the evasion is destroying him. He can't get the hits in onto Miracle with the Butterfly and the Solar Crest buff from his teamfight. He's fine. 3 dead on Thunderbirds. They'll come back in with the Epicenter, but it's not quite enough damage. Matuma Man just absolutely losing no health at all with this heart. They can't kill him. They're found 4. They're going to be able to find 5 as the bash comes in from Kuroki. A Meld Strike straight between the eyeballs of Moon.
That was a really good fight for Liquid there. The Monkey King ultimate just controlled the fight so well. And even GH, I think, played amazing. He ultied a BKB hero. I think it was the Invoker on the backline. Didn't do much damage, but the important thing was that it really limited what Wraith King's initiation did. He landed his first stun. There was a little bit of follow-up, but it just guaranteed that it was just Wraith King slapping away all fight. And almost every time he got somebody sort of low, it was just Cold Embrace from GH to ensure that Wraith King didn't do enough.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of feeling like he went too defensive on his items here. The Armlet Blade Mail was fine, but I think he maybe should have skipped AC and gone even something like Radiance, perhaps. I think that might have been the better move, just to guarantee that you standing there does a lot of damage. It's hard to say, though.
I mean, for sure, the physical damage limitations of Thunderbirds are certainly showing at this stage. I mean, Liquid have just seemed to scale a lot better. They did suffer early on, but at this stage, just the farm that they have and the way that they're executing these team fights just seems to be a step ahead of Thunderbirds. And Thunderbirds, even when they get their ultimates off, it's not quite enough. And then you kind of ask yourself, well, what is going to be enough? Maybe it is Wraith King getting those items, but he needs a lot of time. And in that time, Thunderbirds are going to continue to just struggle to keep up with the pace that Liquid are farming.
Realistically, it's still about the team fights. Like items will definitely matter, but it's more likely the reason is because Thunderbirds have been losing fight after fight, and that's because Liquid have been having really good initiations. So maybe we can talk about the AC, but it's realistically they shouldn't have lost fights. That's the bigger problem than what item he chose. So that's what they got to do. They got to take good fights. They can't get their Warlock doomed. The last 2 or 3 fights, they haven't gotten a rock out of the engagements. It's just always doomed, killed.
Yeah, Blin Miracle have that DD. And Resolution actually going to jump down to the low ground looking for the initiation, but again, Solar Crit is on Miracle. He just can't hit him. Miracle just walks it off. He's A-OK. The Haunt comes through and Liquid, they're ready to rock and roll. Straight in onto the high ground. Miracle bursts down 1, takes down Misery, turns towards Resolution. They'll pop the Reincarnate. The BKB up, ready to look for more. Resolution will get the blink out. Being forced away from their tier 3. Liquid will force out in turn the fortification. Definitely still ready to go aggressive. Not feeling too scared at all by the potential of Thunderbird's defense. First strike back to safety from Moon. The racks in the mid lane sure to be going down as Liquid looking to be borderline unstoppable at this point.
They want to chase and fight this, but it's so hard against Solar Crest and Aegis on Spectre. Any engagement they go on has a low chance of actually succeeding. So now Thunderbirds is in a really bad spot. They're just not able to combo their disables well enough. Their cores aren't going to scale nearly as well. Wraith King's their carry, but he's not even the most reliable late game. So with offlane Sand King who's going utility items, they're just going to run out of damage really soon. They have to have a good team fight now or very soon or they're going to lose.
If they find Matuma, that would be nice, but he does have friends around the corner. And he's such a big target to go on. They will try with the jump in. Liquid's going to come back. He responds again. Mind control, this time with the Doom straight onto Weehaw. So Weehaw is out the fight. Can't throw any Tornado or such in to break it up in response. And Liquid, they can continue to chase. Diffusal Blade from Matuma Man used to slow down Resolution. Does have the Reincarnate. It's actually going to fall on the mana. Might not even have mana for it. He does just have enough mana. But Liquid, they're almost certainly ready to kill him a second time. Weehaw will come in with the Meteor, trying to save Resolution, but it's not going to happen. Kuroki with the bash chasing down for more, and Thunderbirds tap out. They've had enough. And Liquid really pulling it together and showing us some very, very impressive play this game 1.
And GH especially really pulled together in the mid game fights. I think Mind Control played amazing all game, but kind of everybody really did actually. Kuro's Monkey King ultimates made a huge deal in the mid and late game around the Roche fights. I mean, this game was definitely within a win possibility for Thunderbirds, but their fights just went a little too bad in some of those cases. And it's really amazing how much it comes down to, does Mind Control get in there and doom the right target? And for like 2, 3, 4 fights in a row, he
Bit sketchy for both those heroes. Meanwhile, bottom Zai took a lot of damage. So something to just keep in mind. They'll have to back up and regen up, it looks like.
Yeah, probably not worth using the shrine. Yeah, he wants to save it for his offlane himself, so just make the movement back to a shrine inside the base. And we should bring that up too as well with what we just saw with the Whirling Axes. An important thing about PL versus your Keepers of the Light or your Troll Warlord, he can dodge out that blind by using Doppelgangers, so we'll watch out for that in the later stages of the game.
And he's going in, Whirling Axes. Oh, the melee almost didn't hit there for a moment, but does now. Now top lane, Shackle's coming out, the Ogre, and Pale will come through. And they're going to turn their attention to the Nyx instead. Again, very tanky on this Ogre matchup, but actually a lot of damage coming through. Open Wound still ready, so is Rage. So RTZ just saying, listen, I know it's an aggro dual lane, but I can still man-fight you pretty well.
Sam H doing very well, though. One of the stronger players on TNC. Has quite a few signature heroes for himself, like his Nature's Prophet always used to be one of the bigger ones, and his Nyx is very good as well. So sitting at 14 last hits, just tied up there around the same mark as our TZ. They will start to bring up Zai, though, and this is where things get a little bit sketchy. You know, you're not too worried about the Shadow Shaman, but this Treant's here. There's no ward back here, anything to spot TPs, so it could be a little bit of a shocker when the
Crit
stun
walks
comes
up, they're
out.
going to Shackle here, and Pale will come out. That's been used, and Crit running in, but Sam H looks like he understands. He's back himself up at least a little bit. Zai has not been spotted bottom, but Sam H walking perhaps a little too far up there. Is going to be the bash coming in. Crit looking for the Shackles, but gets off the spike carapace perfectly. So Sam H says no. No thanks. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sumail almost getting the kill. Doppelganger is up. Cuckoo and Sumail. Man fighting like crazy. Dear God. Put your fists away, guys. Just chill out for a second.
And it does look like it'll be Sumail getting the room, though, so nice little advantage for him as he spots that. And he'll just send back the bottle.
Yeah. Doing pretty well for himself right now. Salves up 23 last hits, 19 of the PL. So again, Universe also very good farm bottom. He's 1v1ing against Raven. And right now, Raven just cannot do anything. They'll rotate Tims as well as Rior up top lane. I feel like this rotation needs to work. Otherwise, they're just not getting enough out of it.
This is what you run into when you run a Slark. This is like one of those big problems. Is if they send down a very strong offlaner like a Timber or a Legion Commander or a Faceless Void, in this case that early poor man shield, and he didn't have one on the Slark, you run into so much trouble, and your supports just have to leave because you need all these levels to get 6 so you can at least catch up and farm.
Sumail has a pretty good idea of what's going on right now. They know they haven't seen any supports both top and bottom. So he sits pretty far back towards this tower. They'll just take down an illusion or two, but it looks like the smoke is going to break, and Tims is standing right on top. That's his own Observer Ward, just kidding. So yeah, they will scan. They'll find him anyways, Observer Ward or not. But he does end up dropping one down on the high ground. All right, well, again, kind of a waste of time here from TNC. I feel like they're starting to lose a lot of efficiency on the map.
Yeah, it's difficult. Rior can't really do anything but jungle. Just a tough kill to get top this Treant, as well as his Lifestealer, hard hero to gank early on, so you just have to settle for getting a little bit for yourself while your Slark is just, again, desperately trying to get to level 6. But things are a little bit better for him. He's got the Sentry to watch for Zai showing up, and the wave was pushing a little bit into him, but at the same time, Universe now about to get close to 6, these two range creeps.
I might see a rotation down to help him, or even just a trance coming out.
Chronosphere going to be a huge ability of this game. Raven's sitting at level 4, so again, forced to kind of pull, get some farm that way. 14 last hits. Again, he could come back later on down the road, but he needs some room.
Right now, he's not getting range creep with Dark Pack.
Yeah,
like,
man,
that is,
like
whew.
rough game for Raven down bottom. Universe much on the opposite side. Meanwhile, Battle Trance will come. Smell will take some of these creep camps. So it's begun. Level 6 for Smell himself.
And now the Universe is 6, this is a big problem. You can't be here this low as Raven, because he knows the threat of Battle Trance is there. And until he's 6, like, what are you going to do? You're just going to get chronoed and Battle Tranced and die.
Exactly. Yep. And there could be another hero that rotates in as well, which they could absolutely 100% get the kill without it, perhaps. But we'll see. We'll see what they're going to do here. They have given up the mid lane. There's nobody here farming it for EG, not yet anyway. So Cuckoo getting bloodlusted. I think maybe the Ogre was around mid. Decided to head out of there for Sumail. He says, I'll just take the jungle farm instead.
Raven just hanging back, waiting until they spot Universe.
Man, Raven is so juicy. Look how low he is right now. And they just... Universe obviously doesn't have the vision for it, but...
Yeah, it may have been 5 months since he's played the hero, guys, but still looks good. Second on net worth, all 3 cores from EG up top. But it's followed by a 4 block of Radiant Heroes. However, the gap is starting to widen quite a bit. We're almost to a 3K lead here at 7.5 minutes for the side of EG.
Yeah, not a good start again for TNC. Can get things back going here once Cuckoo starts getting some farm. His net worth is the only one really close to EG's. Got that Spirit Lance looking for crit.
He's going.
Battle Trance, they're going to find it. There's the Chronosphere. Can they bring it
Mid-jump.
down? One more stun. One more bash, not enough. They get the stun up for Tim's in time, but the Time Walk is there, and the auto attack will do the job. Now he goes for the TP. They've already used the Fire Blast and the Frostbite, and he will make it away. So Universe just dives the tier 1 tower bottom, and TP's right in front of 2 heroes.
But you know what's coming, and you can't even do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if double support's trying to back you up, and the pounce was there, but hell of a chrono, of course, from Universe, just on the tip.
Man, to feel like that futile in that bottom lane, I don't know how Raven's going to find anything this game. He's still not level 6. He's very close. One more creep will do the job, just about. Impale top lane. RTZ also finding really good farm. Midas is done for him. Into phase boots next. And then, of course, Sumail. The lowest one in terms of the top 3, but he's starting to get some extra gold going his way as he has a double damage when he just bursts the creep wave real quick. All right, man.
At least they have the Slark at 6 now, so Raven, like, he can catch up pretty fast in the jungle. He's got this Iron Talon. He knows that's where his life is going to be. But you can just hear it, right? This non-stop trance. You're just like, oh my god, this troll is getting so farmed across this map. This Life Stealer we can't kill. This Void we can't kill. They're all so survivable. They all have their little niche ways to live through these ganks. So you're just relying on this PL getting absolutely massive this game.
What was the plan for TNC in the first place? Get Raven farm, get a Shadow Blade, and then start invading the jungle? Well, I mean, I'm not sure if they could have done that even with the Shadow Blade, even with Raven being farmed. What do they need to get done?
Yeah, I think they were envisioning like a decently strong hero against Lifestealer, right? You know, he's not a Weaver or something, but at least he can go into the Shadow Dance. There's nothing something like a Lifestealer can do. But they're trying to get aggressive now with his Bloodlust on Cuckoo and Crystal Maiden, but Shadow Shaman's soaking mid. They can't even get him.
They do see Sumail with the ward, and they're going to come right in.
Low.
Spirit Lance, the Crystal Nova comes out. Can they bring it down? The Whirling Axes, the Living Armor is there, the Frostbite, the Vendetta gets it done. Now the Impale misses on Universe, but Tim's still coming in. They have the Fire Blast. They'll use it instead onto Crit. Meanwhile, Doppelganger comes back through. Crit getting low. Shackles going, but he gets canceled instantly as he's taking too much damage. He needs to leave. Universe also time walking out. The Spirit Lance will go. Good turnaround. Okay. TNC, they sort of stop the bleeding a little bit. They get Cuckoo some extra farm and some kills, and they give some room for Raven bottom trend.
Yeah, great support play. Having that ward there, catching out Sumail, getting a little bit greedy, especially with the Nyx at level 6, as he was almost there himself, just roaming on through. Nice play by Sam H. Got the Carapace off onto the Shadow Shaman to reflect the Ether Shock, doing like half of Crit's HP.
Yeah. It's a rough game for Crit, kind of, if they get caught in these positions.
And even drawing Universe up there, right? That's more space for Raven. You know, he's not getting bullied out of his lane at that moment. He's getting a little bit of gold.
He's back up there, man. He's tied with the Nyx Assassin now. Sumail, meanwhile, Whirling Axes. Cuckoo will pop the Invis Rune. They shouldn't have detection. Not at least on Sumail. And he'll be able to go back in, just leech some experience if he wants to. Maybe set up a kill, but nobody's nearby. Again, just kind of getting tabs on his steal creep.
Just takes the last hit.
Yeah. Needs to maybe think about running, though. Doppelganger will go, and that will keep him alive. The rotation from Crit a little bit too late.
Right, and he's gone for the max Doppelganger this time. So we've seen some different builds for PL, but the Phantom Rush, kind of a cool skill these days where you can do that bonus agi. So the more levels you can get onto your PL, the stronger and stronger he'll start to get, especially those little illusions just popping out everywhere. But so far, so good. You know, he's hanging out near the top of that net worth. However, RTZ again is just... This is a game where he's getting way more love than he usually gets.
Yeah.
A lot of that because of Troll just
away.
falling to the jungle. He doesn't really need that much help in lane, of course.
RTZ impaled up. There's the Crystal Nova. He does have Infest the Frostbite. Good rage in time. The Fire Blast wasn't there. The TP Vendetta isn't enough damage. One more auto attack. The tower was not hitting him. If it was, it would have gotten the kill. Nice TP from RTZ to make it out in time. So a gank, very close to successful, but not so for TNC.
And he'll pick up that armlet recipe so he can head back to lane and then just slowly grab his armlet out of the side chops here. Great. Just getting on here, looking for a good ward. Of course, it's kind of tough to just drop wards in this part of the map because they're just going to get dewarded. You know, they're just going to triangulate it using the Slark, so just going to drop a sentry down instead.
And it's the one advantage. The vision they've got going on. It's pretty good. Anyway, TNC just trying to make as many rotations as possible, sort of get everything going their way in terms of the lanes. Did a lot of damage to this tier 1 mid, but already you can see Zai's got it back up to half HP, the classic. And in the meantime, RTZ rotates bottom with the Universe, and they take the tier 1 for themselves, so good stuff.
I mean, you saw...
Yeah, it's not easy. This has been a pretty good draft so far for EG. Pretty much firing on all cylinders. The only thing they lost was that crit died early on in the game's first blood. They lost a couple of other heroes over towards the shrine. But again, RTZ was just farming away.
Sam H is getting quite a bit of space up here, though. Like, he's got a little bit of a threat here. They didn't want to just bring the lifesteal right back up. Zai can't just, like, freely farm up these creeps or anything. He's just, like, soaking a bit of experience. Then he'll grab some under the tower. But overall, the fact that you can see the Nyx, maybe that's just kind of a benefit in itself for EG. They don't have to worry about these rotations. Now, he is coming through as Crit does, too.
Yeah.
Might be
Vendetta,
dead.
Impale, Crystal Nova. This should be a dead Shadow Shaman, but the Living Armor comes out in time. And they get the Ward Trap off. Crit will turn it around. The Shackles are there. Do they have another Frostbite? They do. They will get the Spike Carapace that gets the kill, and Sam H will still fall for this. It's a trade that's really not that beneficial. Crit doesn't really add that much value. The only good thing is that they do use the Serpent Wards at the very least, but even that's not that great.
Yeah, they tried to break one of those wards down to let Sam H out, but not quite in time.
No.
So, actually, it looks like it's a favorable trade overall towards the Radiant, I guess, just because of the net worth differential. So, thanks for that.
When you're behind, jump in, Chronosphere Universe, they'll find him. The Battle Trance is up as well. Sumail does walk in, so Kuku might actually be okay until he gets bashed up by Universe. Now Riora's going to get chased down as well. He's like, please no. Tim's coming in, Fire Blast, Bloodlust. They have Raven. Maybe they can find some kills here. Sumail, tough to bring down that Living Armor. They have to pop Shadow Dance. Sumail somehow still alive. The body blocks from Tips are perfect. The Impale is there. Can they get this kill? They will. So the trade is 1 for 1 in terms of your mid laners. Finally,
That's
TNC,
a little bit of the lack of damage of the Chrono showing off there. Is now Tim's.
Yeah, I believe he might be dead too. Universe going to come in. Get Texed up. He did use some 6 stars, which actually got him to a decent amount of HP, but not enough to save his life. So even when they get that kill mid on Sumail, they will find Zai actually top lane. He's going to go for the TP. Dark Pack might not be enough damage. In fact, it's just not enough as Zai is able to TP home. Second time they've done that. First time, of course, was RTZ. Speaking of which, we'll take a Crystal Nova mid. And again, though, the trade 2 for 1, favorable for EG.
Yeah, you can see his build too. Only going for the 1 in the open wounds. Just not really having the kill potential up top. It was only like this tree and that was kind of like helping him. So yeah, the Feast doing so much damage to the Ogre and that little bit of a gank there. But maybe losing Sumail there, showing off the fact they don't have the most damage in the Chrono. Like just because of where he was positioned inside, he couldn't quite get the range with the axes. It was close. I mean, that's how he got caught inside, just trying to get that little bit of a tap there. But
exactly.
Let's get the Yasha for the move speed now. And kind of that standard sort of troll build. See if we get the S and Y to come out too.
Man.
A little classic, but
Universe already has Vlads and is working on an Aghanim Scepter. So.
yeah, and that's probably the last Chrono where we're going to see that real lack of damage. I thought maybe he'd go Maelstrom first, so really showing how much they need that Chrono to kill the Slark over and over, that he wants the Aghanim so early on.
Spike Carapace maxed up for the next Assassin. Actually keeps him alive against RTZ. He didn't rage there. So he'll be able to escape. But at this point, they really just want to try to find farm for him. Looks like he's going to be picking up Midas for the next Assassin. On the other side, Kuku is going to be picking up his Diffusal Blade next after he has bots early on. So they have okay late game. I mean, you have a Phantom Lancer. It's not the end of the world. You have a Slark too. And they're sort of catching up again. They're still a little ways away, but they might go on to this. Oh my God, they just blow him away. Shackles, Hex, Ether Shock, Whirling Axes. Sumail is able to find that kill with relative ease. Saying, okay, maybe the PL's in an okay position, and then he just gets absolutely run at and destroyed.
Yeah, just nighttime vision, not quite strong enough there. It was almost day. Might have had a chance at spawning crit, but reaction's not quite fast enough there. A little bit greedy.
Not much good.
And it's just saying tower. I feel like he's just been pounding away on this thing.
Yeah.
But Treant Protector, ladies and gentlemen, good hero. This game, Zai also spending a lot of time in the jungle, much like JX did.
Sam H has been spotted. There is a sentry. They have a chronosphere. Sam H does have spike carapace and impale, but when you get bashed up like that, it's still tough. Impale will come out. He might actually be able to live, even with that overgrowth coming through. Tomahawk forward, they're not going to use it. They're going to say, the chronosphere is done. We can't bring down the next assassin. We'll try to at least do some damage to Raven, but Sam H just tanky enough that he gets the shrine off, and they just don't have the damage there. As you mentioned, faces forward chronosphere. They need a bit more.
Yeah, not too bad, though. Good survival there. Now, they don't have them identified for another 10 seconds, but it's almost back. So, Raven just looking to use the Shadow Blade, and one more second till he's got it. Crit has the center here, and now Raven's in it. Quick Hex.
He's walking right through. Hex comes out. Sumail, Arcane, very fast. Impale only onto one. Looks like it might have been onto two. Sumail in trouble. They have the living armor. It's on cooldown. He just used it. Not enough. The Pounce connects. Raven going in. He does have the Shadow Dance. No overgrowth. A lot of damage to Zai. Can they bring him down? One more auto attack. A lot of S and shift stacks coming in. Universe again. No Chronosphere. They might find Sam H though. There's the Shackles, and it looks like they'll finally bring this bug man down. Universe comes in, gets his revenge. He does buy as much as before, dying, or maybe even after dying, but still, it's a 2-for-1 trade there, Trent.
Oh, Raven, way in the back lines, looking for crit. Oh.
I don't know. Is this dive worth it?
Going
he has no mana. This is crit juking like crazy, and Raven can't find it. Now we'll go for the TP. They have no way of canceling it. Universe can't quite get there in time, so a good attempt from Raven, but
yeah, almost got him. And yeah, that fight mid too, Crit just out of mana. Like, he sees him coming in, so he goes for the 1 hex, but doesn't have the shackles or anything to help save Sumail, and that just leads into a little bit of a snowball additional kills there. So all in all, pretty good for TNC, but this graph, man, it's still just inching further and further down towards EG. You can see it's bouncing back, but I mean, we're still like a 5k lead here. And Universe is just about to be very, very frightening with the Agnins, and then potentially a Blink, or potentially more damage.
So are you more afraid of EG in their farm? If you are TNC, do you want to try to get something going here, just so that you can maybe sort of quell that lead, or what?
I mean, they still have some good stuff going for them. They have this Diffusal coming out relatively soon for Cuckoo, and that can be scary.
Oh, that is a Ward Trap. Good Shadow Dance. Bounces up. Maybe he can survive this. Sam H walks through. Cuckoo's up here as well. He's actually caught in. Finally, I think he might be able to break his way out as he's bringing down all of these Serpent Wards. Now the Infest out. RTZ Fire Blasted. The Impale to fall up as well. He's out of mana, and he's getting chunked down. Finally, Reor will help find that kill as they rotate pretty much all 5 heroes up top, and they will secure themselves 2 important kills. But mid-tier 1 getting pushed into by Sumail. Zai will come through as well. He does have his living armor back up in 5 with Overgrowth ready. Oh man, will they be able to finally find a tower? TNC again against this freaking Treant Protector with living armor. It is not easy, as we've mentioned multiple times.
Yeah, that was a nice maneuver though from TNC. There was no TP on Sumail or Zai, so they couldn't be there for that one. Just able to punish those heroes despite it taking a while. Like with the Infest and everything, nothing there.
Ooh.
And the
Cuckoo,
Universe,
that was pretty cheeky, but I don't know if it's going to work out. Chrono's going to come through.
No troll?
He stayed way too long. It doesn't matter. He does enough damage anyways, even without the Aghanim Scepter. And again, they cannot get the tier 1 tower, man. God. Although, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, ticket Diffusal on Cuckoo. So, and he's now looking towards the Aghanim Scepter, of course. I mean, the new thing. I don't know, it's pretty sick, I gotta say. Like, you get a wave.
Likes it a lot. I know.
Oh yeah, he's the fan. Except he rushes it first every single game.
Which, how do you feel about
please.
it? Yeah, no, that's not a fan. Okay.
It's okay, but yeah, so he'll get that up. Probably a Manta too. And almost surprised he's not going Manta first, honestly. I would be a little worried about time dilation. Just if he gets caught out by that on Universe, that's a problem. Obviously, no more self-purging, so we'll have to see if he gets punished because going for the Agnums.
DD picked up for Sam H, Tim's and crew. Meanwhile, mid lane, RTZ doesn't seem to be too worried. He's going to get impaled. They have the mana burn as well. Can they bring him down the Fire Blast? He's got rage, but he is dead. He walked up thinking he could absolutely survive given any situation, and boy, was had a quick kill from TNC.
Yeah, the mana burn, just no Infest. He was trying to rely on that to get out, and smart play as well from the Sam H. Of course, not getting greedy, not going for the damage from the Vendetta, just saves the stun first.
Sumail will get caught as well. Here's the Spirit Lance. He's going to get caught, but the Whirling Axis will come through. Doppelganger on the high ground. Cuckoo maybe not wanting to be there. Sims comes in with a Fire Blast, though. All of a sudden, they're going to turn 2. So EG losing 2 quick heroes.
They're trying to keep the chain going.
Yeah, they want a third one. They have the Sentry up. Zai going to get chased down. Do they have any more detection? Looks as if no. Meanwhile,
need
Raven
this
on the
tower.
back lines again. Yeah, they really need to get some pushing going here. It's not going to be easy. Chrono is not ready yet, but it will be in about 20 seconds. 34 for the Troll. Living Armor will commence and continue. There isn't a glyph. Something to keep in mind.
And look at them bouncing back this net worth chart. Like Slark, despite that horrendous start, he's only 200 gold behind this life steal. Like this is what this hero can do when he's given a little bit of space. And they're at their strongest point in the game right now. Think about TA and wanting to fight with like Blink and Death on all these items. PL's the same way. He's got this diffusal blade. He's working towards an Agnes, and he just wants to sync up with the Slark and get shit done.
Chrono onto 3. Universe does it again, but can they find any damage here? Arteezy coming in on the edge. They want Kuku. The freezing field is up and ready to go. The Impale comes out. They will find that PL. They're trying to turn, but it's not going to work out. Rior, they've got to retreat. They've only lost one. Now they're going to lose Same Age as well, potentially. The Jackals will be there. The Overgrowth on top, and the auto attacks from Universe and Arteezy are more than enough. They will end up losing the Tier 1 tower, but Trent, very good turnaround fight from Evil Geniuses there.
I believe that's what you call vintage universe right there. So,
yes.
Very nice Chrono. Catches 2 right on the tips. And now they move directly into the Roche pit. And 2 of the most important kills to get too. The Nyx to help secure this. Don't have to worry about him coming and messing you up.
Oh, but he buys back.
Too. Oh, they have a
EG,
sentry though.
They're not doing this quickly enough, by the way. Here comes Riven, gets hexed up. The Dark Pact is there, though. They're going to jump right in. They want Crit first. The Shadow Dance. He's got Pounce ready to go. They don't want to overextend too far. Universe is coming back in. Impale misses. Sumail's coming right on through. Whirling Axes. PL is back up in 3, and that's what they're delaying for on TNC's side. They don't want to go too far without their Phantom Lancer, their main damage dealer early on in this game.
We do have the Aghanim Scepter on the Void though, so Universe has it back up now, but the Mana Burn has been messing with them. Sam H throwing it out there, burning down Universe. Of course, the Illusion's doing it as well, so there are some troubles here. And how many Arcanes do we have? Only the 1 on Zai, so it can be very tough for them.
Just keep that up a little bit longer. Yeah, it's something they have to be aware of.
They smoke, but it's spotted by this
ward. Yeah, that ward must have seen it. We'll have to see how TNC react here. They're going to head into the Roche pit again. This time they don't have Serpent Wards, but they have Battle Trance. And again, look how fast this falls. They need to get in there, but boy, this thing dies quickly. And they will take it more than likely. Age is picked up by Sumail. Just like that. That's all they need to do. TNC not in the best position. They rotate. They look to find farm, but Battle Trance just cleans up Roche so fast. It's insane.
Oh, they were close. So that does cost them. That buyback that was on Samh not going to result in them saving the Roche themselves. Their Tier 1 tower unlikely to be saved Tier 2 unless Samh can make some big plays, but he's just sitting here thinking, man, I really wish I could use my Midas.
TNC clearly look like they don't want to give this away, but a bad fight here could spell disaster if they're not careful.
They're beating on Dire's
See who initiates first or if they just let this go. The Fire Blast Living Armor is up on plenty of heroes, though.
Look at that
Open
mana
wounds
burn
on
on
its
the
ends.
universe, though.
Yeah, getting more annoying. But he has enough for a Chronosphere still, and the Time Walk too. Gets mana burned a bit more, and then he'll be in trouble. But they do take the Tier 1 tower, and not really much TNC could do there, other than look on.
The dust too, but not going to catch anyone. So that'll be Universe backing away, and he will start eyeing up that Maelstrom. It's either that or the Blink, so it seems to be that they're maybe just going on a slower tempo, maybe content now that they have this Aegis. Don't really feel a big need. Oh, did he switch it up? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, so that's the in-between item, right? Blink is the full initiation, Maelstrom's kind of the full damage, and this gives you a little bit of both. Very good against PL. You can just be Shadow Blade underneath him, and then go for that Chrono play. Good scouting with the illusions.
For TNC to deal with. Ags is coming soon for Phantom Lancer. Game gets a little bit easier when he has that item. Now bottom lane, they're going to look for Arteezy. They have Impale Vendetta ready to go. They're going to find it. Can they bring it down? They need a TP, and it is from the PL. Inside the creep, now we'll try to infest out. That was huge. What a play from Arteezy. Infest the TP is not completed, and then makes it away. Making it look easy, too. Damn, that was sick.
Yeah, that was pretty slick, gotta say.
The little things.
Yeah, crafty. So he gets on out of there, and Kuko just has to keep on trying to push this top lane out, but it looks like it's EG who are coming up here. And with the threat of the snakes, it's difficult to try and defend this. Sumail going to think about it for a second here. Of course, it was Sumail who was having some PC problems as we began here, so probably the same issues, just popping back up.
Yeah, we'll get a quick reconnect from him. In the meantime, looking at the scoreline, 11-11 in terms of kills. More importantly, the net worth, 4,000 advantage for EG, which at 24 minutes, it could be a lot worse for TNC right now, Trent.
Yeah, it's not bad. They're catching up. Like, that Slark really was in trouble. But as they're bringing it closer and closer, EG did get the Roche, so that's bounced them back up to that 4K. And if you're this PL, this Aghanim is going to be like in the same way the Diffusal Blade was. So looking forward to watching this. Of course, if you guys haven't seen it before, basically You throw your old Spirit Lance, and then will like spread in an AoE onto other targets nearby, and that does include creeps. So it's a very good farming item too, which might be why he was looking to get it like before this Manta, because it can accelerate your farm the same way, but it also does more damage in your team fights because it creates a bunch of heroes too. But again, without that Manta, we really do have to watch for the time dilation.
That's something to keep in mind.
It's just so good against like even just Slarks, Weavers.
I'm not sure if they could do this. Can they split up the map? You are against Battle Trance and a troll that can push very quickly. So I'm not sure.
I think they know they can't
do.
I don't think they can fight Chrono, Eggs, or Snake and Aegis. I think it's just too scary. And they're doing fairly well. Like, it's doing quite a bit of damage down here. Our Slark, by the way, is building Manta again. Same situation as earlier today when we did Faceless Void versus Sims and the time dilation.
Universe, time walking away, doesn't want to get caught. TP's coming in en masse. They're looking for a fight here top lane. They might find somebody. RTZ, again, has Rage ready to go. They might not be able to catch. Crit. Sumail looking to turn back in. Meanwhile, Zai is deep, but they have no way of spotting him. Not yet, anyway.
So Universe finally made his mind up on that blink, eh?
Did he pick it up? Yeah.
Yeah, he just... Maelstrom, Shadow Blade, Blink. He didn't know what he was doing.
Sometimes it takes a while, man. You gotta really think about it.
But a nice little play where he TP's down bottom just to create the threat of pushing them away. So immediately they all TP top, but with the Blink, he can move across the map very quickly. So he's already back here, David. Stop the threat mid and bottom.
Look at that. You're right. Yeah. That Aghanim is pretty nifty. Fire Blast coming out. RTZ living armored up. They need to be careful. Wraparound ain't coming in. Can they find this open wounds? Tim's just going to try to bait this out. Crit getting jumped on, and the overgrowth just in time. Can they get it down? Crit still alive. The frostbite, the freezing field, the impale onto 2. Cuckoo getting low. Now Sumail again still has the Aegis. Mantis ready as well. Freezing field still going to work. The frostbite is up. The chronosphere on the back lines, but he did use that shadow just in time. Rior will fall. They do get the kill on the Aegis at the very least, but that's it. Now Raven about to get caught. Savage nearby as well. No impale. Shadowblade away. Sumail coming in. They've got the bash from Zai. Now Cuckoo back up and ready to fight as well. RTZ running low on mana. They don't have the Aegis anymore. This might be too much. They might have stayed too long. RTZ and Sumail getting solo. Cuckoo finds himself a double kill. They will both go down. The impale is not there in time for Universe. He is able to get away and then blinks out, but T and C, even through the Aegis, they're able to take the fight and win, Trent. What a great engagement there.
Yeah, Rior God, honestly. That ulti was so sick from the Crystal Maiden. He just got so much done in that tree line. It's one thing to get the damage going, but mostly it was the attack speed slow. You had a Troll and a Lifestealer chasing after an Ogre, and they couldn't kill him because of the attack speed slow that's coming from that Crystal Maiden. So exceptionally well played by him. And also, of course, that PL just... He survives through, he gets out of the fight for a moment, they collapse in onto one hero, and you saw the Spirit Lance go to work.
Crit, good bash to come out. They might be able to bring him down. The impale is there, however, the Chronosphere used, again, it's an Aghanim Scepter, so it's right back up. They drop the Serpent Wards. Uh-oh, Raven needs to leave, so too does Sam H. He'll pop that Spike Carapace, but they don't get auto-attack down. Meanwhile, Cuckoo comes in, he finishes Crit off. They might have stayed for too long. Now with Chrono down, Zai's gonna get caught, time walk away, and all of a sudden they're losing everybody, and Sumail TP's in, rolling Axe Row. And right now, 1 for 2 trades so far. Will they continue on here for TNC? It looks like no. Man, this is getting very interesting here, Trent.
They're maybe just considering their options here. It's like, all right, we know we have to fully commit. We have to take this tower down. So do we think right now with the current heroes up and where we're positioned on the map, can we commit to this? Like, you don't want to run into this whole... You lose 2 heroes for nothing, so this is not permanent damage as it usually is.
If they can find a spell, it would be absolutely huge. He's going to get jumped on. Can they bring him down? Diffusal's there, the Frostbite, and they do. And now they almost certainly can bring this tier 2 tower down, even with the Tramp back up in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and post-Manta, he's going for a... that is a Maelstrom, yeah. He's not going for the BKB. So Sumail going to continue to have these issues with this Fusil Blade.
I'm a little surprised, and all of a sudden, as you mentioned, right around the time where they picked up the Zagat Scepter and the Fusil Blade, this is TNC's power curve. They're right at the peak of it at this point, to use an oftenly used phrase, but still. They're in a very good position now, as you can see by the net worth graph indicating a 4,000 advantage for TNC. Meanwhile, top lane, Cuckoo just doing what he does best, split pushing with these ridiculous amounts of illusions. Meanwhile, Sam H is on the high ground. Do they have vision of him? They didn't see him. They pinged him. They might know that he's there. Meanwhile, tower living armored up, but the creep's still working on it, slowly but surely getting whittled down. And it looks like they cannot contest on the side of Evil Geniuses. All of a sudden, they have 1 tier 2 tower left, and that is in the top lane. And again, it's pretty low itself, so they'll have to heal it right back up with this Tramp Protector.
Sumail will be back up here, so set it back away, but things looking pretty damn good. 1 tower left, saying, and then Roche coming back in about a minute, or at least we'll know the time that is in a minute or so here. Figured if TNC can secure it for themselves, but very well played so far. And we brought this up to a 4K lead for TNC. So Manta can only do so much in these fights. It's going to be very difficult for Sumail. Basically relying on these Chronos now at this point from Universe. Of course, the same one you'd want to rely on. It's this guy.
Absolutely.
RTZ TP's mid, though, and I think they saw that, so it's like kind of obvious that they're doing something. Like, you got 3 heroes standing right here. Probably going to be some sort of smoke play here. Then again, that just relies on TNC to keep these waves pushed in, try and just keep revealing who's inside the base, and that'll allow them to advance into this jungle and try and get some vision down to these areas, perhaps even sneak one into the base. We talked a couple times about the Slark today, but that whole idea of denying out that vision, if you can keep wards off this part of the map, that's going to make it more difficult for Universe to come out here and get one of these big 3-man Chronos out of nowhere and bring them back into the game.
There's like no vision for EG right now. You're absolutely right. Denying the
and look at
vision
this
is there.
ward, too. It just sees everyone walking here. They just missed it with a sentry on EG.
Crit is probably dead. Just pops Manta. He actually isn't going to stay around too long, so good living armor there. Actually tanky enough to stay alive in some of these engagements. But while this is happening, Cuckoo is top lane and working on the tier 2 tower himself. So.
And that's this ward paying off, though, because he knows that these heroes are in here. He knows there's a Faceless Void right on this cliff, so he doesn't get to that kill, because he might get chronoed and die, and then you're throwing away this lead. And it's all very near when Roche could be up, and in fact, he's up very early.
Yeah.
So
Dire's top
They do have the... Zai did pick up the gem, by the way, so they just dewarded that ward that you mentioned a couple of times.
oh, Kurt here's about to fly over the pit, too, so they'll see this.
Hey, look at that. They had to see that, right?
Yeah,
I would
sure.
hope so.
They probably would have checked. They would have known it was going over.
All right, well, again, TNC looking strong right now, but it is not over for EG. Again, you talked about relying on the Universe Chronospheres. There's absolutely that. RTZ's got some really good right-click damage, you know.
Yep.
Super wards, so.
EG as a whole, of course, has also been one of the best teams ever in terms of capitalizing on the Treant ult. Not quite into the Solar Crest yet, but once he has that, he might even consider the Blink, and we'll have this kind of a double AoE strategy. Radiant Vision, nothing here, so they don't know the smoke is happening.
However, they do scan. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and it will spot them. It knows exactly where they are. And if EG go for this again, there's an illusion in there, though, perfectly placed, so they'll know as soon as Roche has started. But again, they kill it so quickly. They're waiting for this illusion to go down. Meanwhile, Observer Ward not scouting out Sam H.
It's so funny that they're waiting for this, and yet it's only just giving time for TNC because they already know they're there.
And this is falling so quickly, though. They need a blink stun, but they're not going to find it in time. They will take it. Aegis goes to Sumail again, finally. EG getting back right on the board in terms of getting an objective done. So it will prolong them for another 5 minutes or so. Meanwhile, Raven is deep.
Man,
very deep.
That's a very impressive grab up from EG. Like, just trying to find that hole you slip through with no vision.
Spirit Lance to come out on RTZ, doesn't spread. The Bloodlusts are coming. Sumail's looking to jump in and fight. Whirling Axis. Timps is kind of on his own. They're heading in different directions right now. It looks like they wanted to get a ward down.
Oh, Cuckoo's ready to burn these defusal charges. He's got the recipe ready, just has it locked in his inventory.
Someone better help Dire.
He's ready to spend, and no Manta still, though, so still the dilation, but clearly not giving him too much trouble lately.
Meanwhile, look at mid. Slark is going in. Chronosphere comes out. They find Sam H. Is it enough damage? They should have it. Sam H spike carapace just in time. Forced twice away. Then Blink. Sam H makes it out. They get the tier 3 tower. And now EG, no chrono. And here comes Cuckoo. Look at all the illusions. Look at the frame drop. The freezing field. RTZ's going to fall. Crit should be next as well. Difficult seriously going to work. The shrines are there. Will it be able to heal him up enough? Cuckoo just needs a couple of auto techs to get this kill. The living armor. Wow, Crit is surviving for a long time, but it's not enough. Sumail still with that Aegis, but they decide to go for a different direction. RTZ down for 50 seconds. Gonna have another game 1 upset, potentially Trent. It might happen. Fire Blast coming through, and they will bring Sumail down once. The Aegis is there. They're looking on this melee racks, and they might just get it. Cuckoo does some serious work here. Cliff not available, still down for a good half of it.
Man, Universe is even hitting the dilation, and Cuckoo got caught with it, but it doesn't even matter. He has so many illusions by the time they get him that not having a purge for himself is not hurting him the slightest. Very impressive stuff. That double force staff into Blink from Sam H. Hell of a play in terms of overall teamwork. Again, it's Roar coming through and Tim's. These guys backing up TNC. And just good objective gaming there with Raven in the mid lane.
Yeah, I gotta say. I cannot believe he died, or I can't believe he didn't die. It's pretty insane. He's gonna have an Ags pretty soon too as he picks up the point booster as well.
That's the threat of committing to like one of these fights. You need that kill, EG, you know. If you're going to throw out your chrono right next to your base and start a fight there, if you don't get that kill, you see what happens. They don't chrono to defend or axe.
I mean, the smart thing was Raven was starting when they were all still up here in this area.
Yep.
Like, he was right in that tier 3 tower.
Beeline mid. He saw the creeps and he was like, yep.
You don't need me here right now. I think what's more important is buildings. Again, though, it is only one of the Rex in the tier 3 tower. Sure, EG lost a couple of heroes in the process, and the net worth is starting to get a little out of control. 15,000 almost for TNC, but they still have the Chronospheres. They should eventually still have the right click damage from both Sumail as well as Arteezy. The Mjolnir is now done. So 2 Mjolnirs this game. Very good way to deal with these illusions, which so far have been causing a ruckus for EG.
Yeah, those racks give so much money to supports, though. This is like the best thing ever when you're a support player, because now you can itemize into what you need to survive through these. So Tim's already had the Ghost Scepter and the Force Staff, but now he's a mech. And the racks, it gives Rior a Ghost Scepter for himself to go on top of his Force Staff. So now he's immune to this Troll and this Life Stealer. Even if he can catch it before the Chrono, might be able to survive through that too. So they can just continue to keep making the plays that they're going with now. It's Cuckoo, bloodlusted up, moving through this jungle. It is under vision this time, though.
No, Zai still has the gem. I don't think he died in that fight.
Sam H has one too, though, so
yeah.
he'll be dead.
Yeah, if they want to. They're going to head directly over to Arteezy. He's going to rage TP, it looks like. And I don't believe they have any way of stopping it that I can tell. So, nice job from Arteezy to get out again, but again, these man fights have not been working out in his or EG's favor, for that matter. Man. The road to come back is tough for EG, but it's definitely doable.
Yep, always got to watch out for those Chronos, but he's still ways away from any sort of like a refresher or something like that, so it's still not going to be the easy tasks. And even when they're leaving the base on a smoke now, look how close this wave is.
Yeah, it's in a dangerous position for sure.
Dire vision,
TNC,
nothing.
I think they might understand something's happening. They're backing up with some of these heroes. Drop a ward down. Really, if they could just even get vision for EG, it's good. But again, as you mentioned, dewarding, map control for the Slark, it's very good. And they're going to go. EG, they're still at tier 2, so they can't quite wrap all the way around.
Think of their initiation. It's only Blink Void. There's no Blink on this Shaman, right? He's so poor. There's no Blink on this tree.
It's a good thing it's Universe, but they have to back up.
No,
they can't split TP.
They caught someone for a second.
Yeah, with Sumail.
So they might think they're all here right now. Probably panicking.
Yeah, no. They'll see a TP back. It's actually, yeah, Crit's just going to deal with this. Living armor back to ranged racks. All right, TNC feel a bit more comfortable now. Look at the net worth, though, for some of these heroes. 22,000 for Cuckoo and then 17 for Raven. Arteezy's not far behind Raven, but, I mean, Cuckoo's the real monster right now.
Yeah, and Sam H is catching up here, too. With that Midas, he's got Anagnum's almost finished up. And that's very handy not only for defending high ground, but pretty good for sieging. We've already talked about how good the mana burn is this game. Still no items that are really improving the situation for Universe. So if he just keeps getting whipped down, there's going to be this pressure on him to throw to Chrono. And that could result in him being forced to throw, and that's not exactly ideal.
Yeah. I mean, they live and die by these Chronospheres, as you've mentioned a couple of times. It's like the only initiation is until Trian gets a blink, if that ever happens, or maybe even crit.
This'll come in handy.
He's heading for staff. All right, what's the play? I mean, TNC could clearly wait for Roche. They've got still a little bit of ways to go, but they're pushing in mid. Actually, they've seen our TP bottom. Yeah, TPs are going to come through.
Do what he can. I mean, again, they don't have the rage cancels.
Rage, TP, yeah. Until they get a basher or anything.
Yeah, kind of surprised that Raven didn't go for that over the Scotty, actually. I mean, very good against the Life Stealer and the Troll for sure, but with it already on the PL and how much time spreading over the fights, I thought maybe he'd be the one to get the basher. He'd probably just be forced into it next, though.
All right. Again, slowing down the game, waiting. Impale, mana burn. Universe is just annoyed. A little bit a tickle from damage, but they're really just taking control of this map, Trent. I mean, you can't really get past the river from EG. In fact, you could barely get outside your base.
Yeah, Greaves are almost done here for Tim's. And maybe that's what they're waiting on before they start poking away at the high ground a bit. Maybe even just the next Roche. Maybe a butterfly on Cuckoo.
That'll do it. That will do it.
That certainly will. Sumail nowhere near an MKB. And Arteezy likewise.
Man, these Spirit Lance illusions coming out actually lag the game a significant amount. It's like a new Wukong's command coming in. It's just like there's so many.
So you need what? Terrorblade, Wukong's command from Monkey King, PL, the frame
back
drop
wall.
draft.
Back wall. If you really want to blow up your computer, yes, the perfect draft.
How to crash a Dota 2 server.
Impale comes in. Arteezy had already used Rage. Raven coming in as well. A lot of damage being done. Now Dark packs away Pounce. Mid Pounce gets chronoed. Looks so cool, but can they get the kills? The better question. There's going to be the overgrowth coming out, and well, Zai's dead instantly. Now Universe time walking away, and without Chrono, this is tough. Here comes the freezing field. Universe in trouble, will get dropped. Raven finds himself a dominating spree and now looking for more. Pants the Manta, and they're going to try to get this kill on Sumail, but they drop the strip forwards. Sumail still in trouble. Is he able to get out just in time? Now forcing him away. The shackles of their Raven got to get dropped down. RD forced to come in, and Universe forced to buy back, but they secure that big kill on Raven, and they're looking for more as well. Can they turn this around? Looks like they might stop. Universe Corona back at 25. Time walks forward, still looking for Sam H. And, looks like that might be the end of it. Meanwhile, Cuckoo is just manning up. Here's the Impale. It's onto one. They blow away Sumail. Arteezy. Man, these 4 stabs have been huge. And Arteezy now out of mana. Universe getting low as well. He's got Chrono back in 9. Cuckoo still just sitting here. Completely fine. I mean, he's a little bit low in HP, but he's going to get earned right back up. And,
It's actually crazy how he's surviving. Like, he keeps getting hit by the time dilation, and he's so low, and he can't do anything. He literally waddles around, unable to cast spells or do anything, and his team just 4-stabs him.
Doesn't need him, Anti-Style. Come on.
Oh, big saves. His allies are there.
Good 4-stabs throughout the entirety of these fights. He will TP now to the top lane to split push that. Luckily enough for EG, no real, damage to their constructions. I guess they have to buy back on Universe. I think that might have been the only one. That's a little good. Looks like the answer to that question is yes. All right. When is Roche up?
I guess he did save Rax, but soon. 1 minute. That's the thing with Faceless Void, though. I mean, this is why the hero, I think, fell off in the first place, right? Was we always talked about cooldowns.
Yeah.
And how games were becoming like Tidehunter died, Faceless Void died. We've seen quite a bit today, though, thanks to these Slarks. But yeah, you buy back and you have nothing. You can time dilate people. You look at these heroes like Nyx. He buys back. He's got Impale. This thing, it's on a 13-second cooldown. Stuns for 3 seconds. That's a lot of uptime. It's pretty good stuff. Centaur Warrunner, same deal. Slardar, good heroes. Faceless Void, very disappointing in that regard. But they're grouping up again. I've seen this story before. Hopefully they'll go a little bit better.
Yeah.
Do we have any additional jump?
I don't believe so.
Same story.
Changed. Yeah. So, I mean, they really just need to find the right chrono.
Or
and not
maybe
the
another
Universe
Roche
found the
again.
wrong chrono. Well, the thing is, it's not going to be up, unfortunately, for them. They could stay around Roche if they want to and just sit inside the pit for the next 30 seconds. I don't think that's the best use of their time, though. They're going to walk through. I've seen a play where you walk up to this high ground, and trust me, it did not end well the last
look
time
at the
I
wave
saw it.
mid. They're like, where is EG?
Yeah, they have a pretty good idea of where everybody is. Raven will walk right in. Spirit Lance Doppelganger coming out. They have the Chrono Spirit. Can they bring this Cuckoo DL down? The Impale is out. They're looking to burn everybody down. The freezing field is there. The Overgrowth not doing nearly enough, and they will break down Sumail. It looks like actually still staying alive, trying to man fight. So far, so good. All of a sudden, they have to buy back and Rior. Nobody dead just yet for EG. They're going to come in Arteezy, just trying to toggle and stay alive. Is it enough damage? Cuckoo finally brings him down. The double kill is there. It takes him a long time, and now Crit is going to be next. Universe completely out of mana. The pounce is there. Cuckoo finds himself an ultra kill, and GG is called. TNC.
Tim's, boo! He stole the rampage. What is
Did he?
this?
Oh man, that's
How dare you?
Radiant.
Yeah, very impressive stuff.
Oh
Did you see
man.
how much they had to spend to kill Rior in that last fight? They threw like 4 spells to the guy because first he gets entangled because he's ulting, and then he just pops his Ghost Step,